And breaking now, a prominent South Carolina attorney at the center of a murder mystery found shot in the head along a rural road. NewsNation reporter Riley Benson with our Charleston station WCBD is live with what we know about Alex Murdaugh tonight. Riley.
Yeah, there's a lot of details coming out about this shooting tonight, but what we do know right now is that Alex Murdaugh was found shot in the head on a side of a road in Hampton County earlier this afternoon. Officials have confirmed it was Alex Murdaugh and confirmed that he was shot in the head. He was taken to a local hospital for treatment. Now, this is just the latest twist in the mystery surrounding the Murdaugh family. What we don't know right now is the manner of this shooting, whether it was a targeted shooting, if there was something else involved. The details around the shooting itself are still pretty unclear, but what we can confirm and what we do know is that Alex Murdaugh was found shot on the side of a road. Now, we do know that he was by a car. It was an area that was about 10 miles from their family property in Colleton County, where his wife and son were brutally shot back in June 7th to be exact. But a lot of details still missing here as to why Alex was shot, if what happened, what would have prompted this shooting in Low Country here in South Carolina.
And of course, there are so many theories because this is such a sordid story. So this family has been making headlines for quite a while now. We know that Alex's wife and son, Paul, were killed, as you mentioned, after Paul, though, was implicated in a deadly drunk boating crash, right?
Yeah, that's right. And it goes even back further than that. Back in 2015, a friend of one of the sons, Buster, was found murdered in the road. Not sure what happened there. They say that was a hit and run, but they found a very large hole in the side of his forehead. No suspects were ever named in that. Fast forward to February of 2019. Paul Murdaugh and 5 other friends were on a boat in the Low Country. They were coming back from a party. They stopped at a bar. They were allegedly intoxicated. This boat hits a piling in Archers Creek. 3 passengers are thrown from the boat, including Paul Murdaugh, who was allegedly the driver at the time of the accident. In Mallory Beach, a 19-year-old, her body wasn't found for roughly a week. She died in that. Charges were brought against Paul Murdaugh. They were dropped after he was killed. And like you mentioned, that happened back in June 7th to be exact. Alex came home to the family property, Moselle, and found Paul and his wife Maggie shot brutally on the property near a dog kennel. It was more than a half-mile away from the family house. A lot of questions. This has been a case that's unfolded over really since 2015, but as things have gotten more interesting since June. Just this past in August, 14th Circuit Solicitor Duffy Stone recused himself from this case. He spoke for the first time this past week, saying that the family connection, he worked for the solicitor's office under the Murdaughs. They were in that office for nearly 100 years. Duffy worked for Randolph Murdaugh, Alex's father. He recuses himself from this case and says that there's just new evidence that was brought to him and he can't participate in this case. So a lot of twists and turns. And now, of course, Alex Murdaugh found shot in the head on the side of a road near the house just this afternoon.
Yeah, and there were concerns by the hospital staff after that boating accident that he had actually gone into the hospital and told people not to talk, right, and looked at the charts. And finally, there was even more to this story. They recently settled a wrongful death lawsuit with the family of a former maid, right?
Yeah, that's right. There was a family maid who was at their house, a former house, not the one that they had currently been living in. She allegedly fell down a flight of stairs in the house. The only person at home at that time was supposedly Paul Murdaugh. Everyone else gone except for the family housekeeper. And they did settle for a large sum of money. Alex Murdaugh had recently done that with the cleaning lady's family. She had passed away from that fall at the family house.
All right, Riley, thank you. I know you'll continue watching this for us.